Oh, the chat.
Yeah,
As things come through the chat, you'll want to.
I got the chat.
But as things come through, you'll be able to look up stuff. I don't know.
Okay. I am standing by.
Have you played this game?
I have never played that game.
Oh
I hadn't
my God.
heard of this game until Ken said that's what the game was. Or Ken pointed me to your message
Get
saying,
the fuck out of here.
well, I played Age of Empires. It looks like Age of Empires.
Oh my God.
Well, you're gonna teach
my
me. You're gonna
God,
teach me
no,
how
no,
it's
no.
not the same. You ever play Raid on Bungling Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jim,
Not
it's
on
gonna,
original hardware.
it's gonna be like that. Hey, you get a headset too, don't you? Headphones?
I don't need headphones.
This thing's gonna end in blows.
I mean, just for the music for the game. There's no.
No, you don't need it.
There's just music.
What? There's no grading.
I mean, are there headphones here?
Yeah.
Where?
Maybe you can put an earbud in. Do you have the return audio thing?
I have an empty jack.
Yeah.
Do we have headphones for
This
this?
is we don't supply all the gear.
Do you have two of those or one? There's two? I can get my earbuds? Oh, all right, let me get my earbud. Oh, fuck.
What'd you do?
I gotta disconnect so I can walk.
I know.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't run over Rick.
I haven't seen the new episode yet. Is it good? Oh. It was.
We are on a hot mic here, dude. And a stream, though.
It downloaded, but because I have auto downloading from legitimate legal sources, but it didn't. I don't have it auto set to scan and add, so the file was sitting there. But oh yeah, that's good music.
Is this stupid chair gonna go up any higher? Oh, yeah. A little bit. Yours might too.
Nah, that's fine.
I think this is the one that's by default just lower than the other one. The reason we don't use these at the desks because they sit too low for
Well, it's not very comfortable. I mean,
that too.
I am significantly larger than the average person buying a chair like this, but still.
Wait a minute. Is there music?
Yeah.
You know, I should really plug these into the thing. That would be
Generally does help.
that would be helpful.
We got people watching this thing?
They're asking how long before I cheat in the chat, so I'm guessing. Well, I'm not playing the game, so now I gotta lower my chair just so you seem like towering over Jim.
That's all right.
I want people to see the game over shirt. Or the shirt just for you, Jim.
Why?
I don't know. It's thematic for the show.
Rain. Horrible, horrible rain.
Is the title just wrong? What's the title?
What does the title say? Ah.
What is it? Last week's? What does it say? Oh, the podcast. No, we're not doing. Who is sitting next to me? That is Jim, master of Plex. What? Master of completely legal, legitimate Plex.
Yes.
All those movies.
Master of the in-game currency in EVE Online.
Wait, who? Me?
Plex. I am. They call that Plex. You know.
I know.
Yeah.
I have a lot of it.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you were one of them.
I have 6 EVE Online accounts.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wait, sorry, 7.
Of course.
I have 21 characters training right now. So I can sell the skip points.
Lords of the Realm 2.
Plural lords.
Yeah.
My Skittle munching isn't coming through the mic, is it? Good.
Oh, your swallowing does, though.
Well, I can't help about the... I had 35 terabytes on my Plex cloud before the account got taken down.
Who are they hosting with?
Well, he probably heard you say that just now, so we'll see.
Yeah.
It's not noise on the gate, it's raining.
Yeah, we are in a loud building, and there is
And it's
a
raining
pattern of.
It is raining on a rather large tin roof.
Yes, it's coming and going, so we might have to deal with that.
I'm gonna look and see what that's gonna look like.
It's rain, followed by some more rain, and then some more rain.
Oh, you already looked it up?
Yeah. Raining till like 7.
No, it's supposed to taper off.
Eh.
See, look, it's big, but then it's tapers off over here.
And we don't have any recent examples of weather predictions being incorrect, right?
This dark sky is usually pretty dang good.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Not only that, but they'll show you like the overhead. Oh wait, this is
Are we waiting on something?
The rain to pass, but it's passed now.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Ken, you
most,
good over there? Anything you're doing? Good. Alex, you good?
Think we're good?
Good. There, Alan.
I'm good. I'm checking, weather patterns and stuff. See.
Okay.
Came in handy during the eclipse.
Yeah, but
Not that I was able to do anything about the clouds.
shoe clouds. Shoe.
It was. I do need to go through that because it was pretty awesome. There was dense clouds, like 30 minutes before the eclipse, and they all dissipated. Like the whole freaking sky worth of clouds dissipated over a 30-minute
you
window.
were in God's country.
Yeah.
He heard and he delivered.
It was pretty amazing.
It was just the rain busting
Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
through. It's just
Oh.
hands.
I don't think I pay for dark sky.
Rubbing.
Maybe I do. I used to use it when it was. I used to use it when it was that web app, unless I'm still using it when it's a web app.
Yeah. Shimmy, shimmy.
It shouldn't be making any sound now.
I was.
It's not touching your shirt.
Is
Is
it
mine,
good?
is
Good
mine
now?
touching? Is mine touching the shirt? Nope. Shouldn't be.
Good now, Alex.
Yeah, sounds good here.
Are we ready to go?
Alan, why would your mic be rubbing on his shirt?
Well,
I'm talking on my shirt. And it's not that kind of show.
look, things happen, and we don't judge here.
Listen,
Come on, it was too easy.
just because I was on submarines, and just because Jim and I are doing back-to-back shifts at the office usually.
That's the only thing you're doing back to back.
Yeah. Those front to front.
How does that work?
Yeah, you can't do back-to-back. Doesn't work that way.
Okay, are we good? Everybody good? Ready to go?
They were good.
Okay.
We're rolling and we're streaming.
3.
Hold on, I'm chewing a Skittle.
Who are you, me?
Yes, I am. This is your fault. You brought these in.
They were decoration. You didn't have to
They were
eat 'em.
decoration.
You didn't have to eat them. They were a gift to the room. Okay, are you good?
There's a chewy Skittle. Hold on. I'm just gonna swallow unchewed Skittles. There. Hold on.
Okay. Ready to go. Here we go. 3, 2. Hey everyone, welcome to PC Per Plays, which is our weekly show where we take a step back from the in-depth technical stuff with hardware and computers And we have a little bit of fun, but it's not just your average Let's Play. We also take the time to do it live and answer your questions as we play some games, both classic and new. As you probably no doubt know by now, I am not Ryan Shroud. I am Jim Tanis. Ryan Shroud is on assignment, so I'm in here filling in for him because Ken wants nothing to do with this anymore. And so joining me today, your very own Alan Malventano. How you doing, Alan?
Hi. Yes, I'm filling in for the coffee Ken Addison.
Yes.
He is under the weather. And actually, so was the building.
Yes, we are having a bit of rain today, so if you hear some background noise, that's probably what that is. Like I said, though, this is a weekly live show. You can watch. You're probably watching it recorded, but if you're watching it live, you can join us live every Tuesday. We don't always record at the same time. We try to do early afternoon, but to make sure you don't miss it, head on over to pcper.com/subscribe. Put your name and email address in there, and that is our live stream notification email list. We don't use it for marketing. We never sell it. We don't give it to anyone. That's only used to make sure that you know when we're doing live events, not just live events that are regular like this and the weekly podcast on Wednesday nights, but irregular events, things like when we have industry people come in to talk. Those are not generally planned. They kind of might come together in the last minute. So make sure you're notified, and especially for those, because those usually have some pretty awesome giveaways associated with them, and you have to be watching live to win. So that's pcper.com/subscribe. But like I said, today we're doing PC Per Plays, and we're focusing on a great classic game, one of my favorites. PC Per's Sebastian Peak calls it, quote, one of the greatest games of all time. And you know he means business.
Wow.
And that is Lords of the Realm 2. It's a medieval strategy game released in 1996, developed by Impressions and published by Sierra. And Impressions, if you're not familiar with them, they are a developer with a rich history with strategy games. They did the Lords of the Realm series. They did some of the Caesar games. Later, when the company was bought by Vivendi and shut down, the founders went on to work on games like the Crusader series, or the Crusader King. Or, I'm sorry, what was that? Crusader, the Castle one. There's a Crusader like isometric strategy game, but then there's a one with castles. They did the Castle one. So a company with a rich history and strategy, and like I said, this is one of my favorite games. So we're going to be playing this here today. But you've never played this before, right, Alan?
No, I've never played it, but I'm looking it up over here.
I was surprised to hear that because this
came out in, oh, you know, I think I know why I probably never played it. It came out during my first 2 years in the Navy.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't even own a computer.
Well, that would explain it.
Because I knew it would have failed all of the like nuclear power training stuff if I had a computer. So it's like, no, there's no way I can handle these two big life things at the same time. So
Civilization, who survived an unfortunate nuclear accident, thanks you for your restraint.
Yeah. So yeah, 96, October of 96.
1996. So it's a strategy game. There was a similar game in the same engine called Lords of Magic that was much more fantasy themed. But this is a medieval strategy game, and let's just get right into it here. So it did have multiplayer, but I never really played the multiplayer because I had no friends. So we'll do the single player, and we'll do a custom game too, because that allows us to like pick a map and really set some of the parameters. So we've got
it's talking to you and stuff.
Oh yeah, this is the CD-ROM version with all the voiceovers and everything. We've got the box here. Can't see it now, but we're playing the GOG version just for the sake of simplicity. It's available there at GOG. I think it's also on Steam. So easy to get and easy to play. We had a few hiccups when we started trying to load this. You have to enable direct play in Windows, which is not on by default in Windows 10 installations. So just keep that in mind if you're having trouble loading the game.
Direct play?
Direct play. The old direct play APIs. So what color should we be, Alan?
It's PC Per colors, man. Blue.
Right, that's not really a PC Per blue, though.
I mean, you're right, but
close enough. Okay, so here we are. We're the PC Per character here, and you're facing off against other nobles. And there's sort of the game is two parts. You've got a sort of an overworld part where you're controlling armies on a geographical map, vying for resources. And then when those armies fight, either out in the field or during a castle siege, you move to sort of a battle mode where you get hands-on control with your troops. So these are our adversaries. And diplomacy is a part of the game, but generally it's last man standing. So even if you work out good diplomatic relations with another AI, You're eventually going to have to turn on them, or they'll turn on you, more likely. So let's take a look at the options here. Advanced farming, we're going to keep that off because that is, you have to feed your people in the game, and with advanced farming you have to do like field rotation. That just gets a little bit complicated for our purposes. Armies eat. What that means is if you march an army into an enemy territory, they have to forage, and if that territory is poor and does not have food, they'll starve and you'll lose soldiers. This is the starting castle that you're going to start with. We'll do keep. That's probably a good way to start. Country status medium. Exploration is like fog of war stuff.
Yeah.
Weapons, time limit, nobles. Yeah, you can play against fewer nobles if you want. No army, 1,000. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, so we're gonna pick a map here. There's different ones to start with, and I like this one with Europe, and I'll explain why once we get started here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well that's all right. We don't have a 256 color display.
So is that good or bad in the context of this game?
Well, it's just it just means it can't detect our multi-million color
You have
display.
too many colors for this game's creation.
So you've got your overview of the map, and as you can see, it's a rough approximation of Europe and then parts of Northern Africa. I like this map because the map is laid out on a grid, and so armies can only travel certain. It's an invisible grid. They can only travel to certain points, and so there are several territories in this map that have a single point of entry. So there's one right here that covers both of these territories down here, and then if you go up to England, there's one. This inaccurate map of England, of course, with the land bridge, but it's a choke point. So you can stack armies up there, because one of the things that's going to happen in this game is you have to maintain fields with food, and armies are going to come in, foreign armies, and they're going to just trash your shit. They're going to go through your fields, and they're going to kill your cows, burn your crops, destroy your refineries and your mining operations and all that. And so if you can choke them, that's pretty good. And so what I'll do is I'll abandon. If I start, because you start randomly, if I start in a territory that doesn't have it, I'll abandon that territory and come on down and set up shop down here. Let me turn off the tooltips. That'll just get annoying. No, that's not it. No? Okay, I guess we can't.
When I looked at the description for this thing, I thought that it looked like Age of Empires-y, but it turns out Age of Empires came out a year later.
Well, and it's a totally different game. I mean, Age of Empires is, at least in the first games, there's a real-time strategy.
Yep.
This is not real-time. I mean, it's real-time in the battle elements. So what we got here is you got your town center. You click on it, and then each territory has different resources. Every territory can sustain 2 types of food: cattle and wheat. And then you've got different resources: blacksmiths, iron mining, steel, wood, and those are required in different quantities for different weapons, different castles, and so you have to manage that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise an army, because I don't want to hold this territory, so I'm just going to get my guys, and everything you do affects your territory's happiness. And so when you draft an army,
so you're just pulling all of your people out.
Right, you can really devastate their happiness. And again, apologies if you hear that. That's the rain coming down.
All the women and children are unhappy because you took all their men away.
Pretty much, and then you can regain happiness by feeding them more food, or there are traders that come through and you can buy ale, and that keeps them happy. But again, like I said, I don't care about this territory because I'm a heartless monster. So I'm going to draft everyone I can, load up with as many weapons as I can. And so I've only got 150 weapons, so I'm going to have 28 left over that are just peasants with pitchforks. So they're not going to stand a very good chance.
After raising an army,
and then I'm going to march down here, and I'm going to take over this independent. See, this is, all the non-colored territories are thus far independent. He's not too happy about it, but tough for him. Another thing I'm going to do too is I'm going to send all the food. Well, they don't have much, but I'm going to send it.
Everything you got.
So that when I've conquered these people, I'll have some more resources. And so it is turn-based. I've exhausted the turn radius of my army.
Okay, so you just took everybody you got and parked it right in the middle of their town, basically.
Yep, and as soon as my turn's over, I'm going to attack their town.
Heavy rains turn into a deluge.
Well, that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Your serfs are unhappy.
And so, yes, because I just destroyed Cordova up here, which is like Spain, they're pissed.
Okay.
They have no food. I've taken all their men. They're not going to be very happy. I should also tax the crap out of them while I can. The one thing about
Wait, what was that cart? Oh, that cart was with the food.
yeah,
Okay.
the one
got
thing
it.
about taxing is you can tax up to a certain percentage before your individual county starts getting pissed. But if you tax above a certain amount, all of your territories start taking a hit.
Right.
And so I don't want to have that happen. So I'll just go to that maximum. And now,
So you don't care about where you started, so you're just going to piss them off.
yes, again, heartless monster.
Yeah, basically.
So now it's time to attack this town, and let's see, they've got 129 people, 60 archers, 69 peasants. I've got 178 people with 150 armed and 28 peasants. So,
I think you're going to win.
well, we'll see.
Or
This
will
is
be
the battle
the
screen.
shortest PC per plays ever.
Real-time battle scene. They're
Jim
all
lost in the
slightly-
first 5 minutes, Ryan. I don't know.
They're all slightly different. Some have rivers. If you're sieging a castle, it'll have a castle there. Trees, obviously, state-of-the-art 1996 graphics.
Yeah, sweet.
This is the enemy force here, huddled in the corner, begging for mercy, and my troops are deployed down here. So it starts paused. I'm going to unpause it.
The numbers don't really scale to what your numbers were.
Right. Again, 1996. So you're. Oops. I went done.
Oh, it's some proportion.
So it's proportional to the total troop ratio.
You have a guy that's almost dead already.
Well, again, that's because that one troop represents a certain number of people.
Oh,
and there's
so he's
only
a fraction.
2 of them.
He
Each
was
one
only a
represents
fraction.
8, and there's only 2 there for the leftover. So the trick is you want to put your well, all right. Well, normally you'd want to like set up a defensive formation, put your archers behind you, charge with the other troops. But this is going to be a relatively easy battle, so let's just go at it.
Your orders, my lord? Attack!
So my peasants are being killed. Yep. I've just raped their homeland, and they are going to die for me. That is the realities of medieval life. And you can see the count down here in the corner of the remaining troops. So this bridge kind of screwed me up a little bit. They smartly stayed on their side of the bridge, which kind of funneled me. So I'm going to win, but I took more casualties than I possibly could have had there not been a bridge there.
All right.
All right, the battle is won.
Look at those animated graphics.
Oh yeah. The people, in quotes.
Brother, the county has fallen to our troops. You have made an excellent start in your attempt to become the king.
All right, so now you can see I've added
Yeah.
this territory to my kingdom. If you keep a territory unhappy for long enough, they will revolt and overthrow you, and that's fine. Because like I said,
So what are you gonna do with, like, you don't care about that other?
right, so I mean, I might care eventually when I start to go on the offensive, but right now I want to shore up a defensive position. This allows me to have 2 territories at the bottom that are completely blocked off by one single access point, and then that lets me build up an army, build up some resources, and then fight on my terms. So I've got this territory now. Some of these fields are barren, so they need to be plowed, I guess, or I don't know, whatever what do you call it? Redone. And I can sown, yes. Well, sown if you're using wheat. I don't know what you'd call it for a cow, but so let's see. I'm gonna move on like an end turn.
Is moving goods from one county to another. There has been a little talk about the way you are ruling this.
So it's been a couple terms. The game is warning me that they're pretty pissed. So that convoy just arrived. Now I can see here a red outline. That means that I do not have adequate people or fields zoned to take care of those cows, and so I'm going to lose cows. They're going to die because I don't have enough setup. So if I turn some of these wheat fields, which have yet to be planted, into pastures, not pastors, that's different, and then I assign more people, I will have enough. I'm still going to lose some just because we're eating them, but I'm not going to lose as much. That red outline means you're losing more than you should.
Do they get created? Do more get created for each turn or something?
Yes, but with wheat, you build up and then harvest in the fall. Each turn is a season, and then with the cows, they're just being born and eaten on on a rotating basis. All right, so end turn. Going to lower the tax here a little bit just to build up some happiness with these folks. And now this is a merchant, so I can buy items. If I don't, for example, if I have a territory that doesn't have iron, I can just buy iron.
Yeah.
Or I can just straight up buy weapons. In this case, though, I'm going to buy ale, and ale allows you, as you buy more and more of it, you can add up to a +5 to your.
Just get all the people drunk.
Right. Basically, that's what you're doing. You're getting them so drunk they just forget their plight.
Yeah. They just don't care anymore.
Oh.
All right.
So my happiness went up by 5.
So what's the whole benefit of having the people super happy?
So you can, every time you draft an army,
Yeah.
The happiness goes way down. That's the worst thing you can do.
Right.
And if you keep your happiness high, the population will grow, so you get more tax revenue, and you have a bigger base to draw your army from. And when you draw the army, instead of starting at 50 and going down to 10, it starts at 100 and goes down to
So you're
75.
getting them all drunk so that they can go home, have sex, have more kids.
The mobs are on the move, my lord.
Exactly.
We are on the point of anarchy.
You're just keeping them all liquored up.
Yep. That is the point of the game.
You heartless bastard.
Well, I mean,
Making all these people happy.
Hey, getting drunk and having lots of sex, it doesn't sound like a bad life.
No. You want to take then you want to take all the children off to war later.
Well, yeah. Well, it's 1269.
Okay.
You know, shit happens. This little icon here means that mercenaries are in town, and if you go to the drafting screen, you can see there's a group of mercenaries. They're generally way overpriced, and you really I've only ever relied on mercenaries if you're facing invasion and you don't have enough troops. So we'll ignore them for now.
Will they just hang out, or will they leave?
They rotate through. So this is probably a different group if we go back in there now. So it was Flemish crossbowmen the last time, and now it's Danish swordsmen. So they rotate through. You may go many turns without seeing one in your town. Okay, so one of the things I like to do is I prefer wheat over cows. I think it's easier to manage. So now that we have our happiness is on the rise, our population is rising, and there's a merchant in our territory, I'm going to sell my cows, buy a bunch of wheat, and switch over my food to wheat.
My lord.
Whoever's been playing this music in this game has been strumming the same chord
Yeah. Again, it's
for
1296.
the past 10 minutes. Oh, does the music change?
No, I'm just, that was pretty sophisticated music for.
Oh, that's true.
So now I'm just switching all these fields, which are now empty, which were formerly pastures for cows.
Where'd all the cows go?
I just sold them to this merchant,
Oh, okay.
and that little wagon was able to accommodate like a couple hundred cows, no problem.
Sweet. Big wagon.
So now I've got a surplus of labor because I got rid of all my cows, and it's not planting time, so I can dedicate these people to fixing up my field and then mining some iron. And then random events happen like this throughout the game, so both good and bad. So some hunters discovered the remains of an enemy raiding party, and some weapons have been added to my armory, so that's good. Things like that will happen, like rats will get in and eat your grain, or a plague will spread. Just nice little random stuff to keep it interesting. So it's now winter. This is the planting season for wheat, so we can see that we need more labor assigned to planting, and so you just basically adjust your slider of labor in the town until that has an adequate number of people working it. And now that it's been planted, we need less, so I can bring it back. Okay, so we apparently planted a ton of that wheat, so I need to buy some more right now because we have no food left.
These goods, my lord.
So I'm just gonna buy it all up as much as I can. And there we go. All right, now my happiness is at 100, so I'm going to raise that tax up a little bit. This is how the world works.
Sure.
This poor defenseless
All right, so one of my adversaries has conquered their first colony, or county, or whatever they want to call it. All right, so it's time to start setting our eyes on this guy too, because this is just sitting there.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
the
the
guy
only
next
one
door.
who has access to him, so I'm going to look into raising an army here. I don't have very many weapons though, so I've got to start making some weapons. And I need some wood and iron, and that'll let me make crossbows. So I'm gonna gather these for a few turns, and just continue kind of managing my labor force here, and then after a few turns we'll have enough to build some weapons through the blacksmith. How's the chat doing?
Finally, the master of gaming has returned.
Huh?
I just read the last line in the chat. Oh, they were talking about me. But I'm not the one playing. Oh,
Let's see.
blacksmith. To build a weapon, you must.
There we go. So we can start building some.
So when you like raise this huge army and you go and you attack somebody, you know, like whoever's left, can you then put them back to work in your town?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you actually get those people back.
Well, you get them. Wait, I'm sorry. So,
Say you take 100 people.
oh, I draft them into an army.
Yeah. And then are they stuck in the army, or
You can disband an army, but it's not like a one-to-one.
oh, so you
kinda
don't
thing.
you don't get those people back?
Right. You get some back, but it's not a one-to-one thing.
Some of them just aren't the same after the war.
Yeah, right. So here's another random event. The Black Death is spreading, so health is not good. Happiness is decreasing because of health. So I'm going to bump up the rash. Actually, yeah, I'll bump it up just a little bit. Just keep them happy.
Heavy rains turn into a.
And we lost another field, so we'll have to fix that up. There goes Poland.
Ahab the Arab is saying the music is glitched. There is usually a better melody.
I don't remember a better melody. But it's been a long time.
I would imagine there would be more music than the 2 strums of the chord there for the entire game. Or you could do that. Yeah, it just goes right back to the...
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
But it does sound a little like it's glitching on that last note a little bit.
There's no telling. Yeah, I would kill the music.
There we go.
Trying to play an old game on, you know,
Sing
maybe direct play broke the music.
sing for us, Alan. Or Alex.
No, even though the chat's asking as well, I will not serenade you with a song.
Well,
'Cause-
Jim, didn't you say this was originally CD audio for the background?
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
My musical
they had,
abilities
it came on a CD and had voice, but I don't know if it was using a CD-based audio track.
That'd be surprising if it wasn't, because like back then,
Well, it could have just been a MIDI file. It doesn't have to be.
that's
like
true.
Redbook audio.
But like a lot of CD-based games back then were
Yeah,
using audio tracks to get that amazing.
not Dark Forces. Yeah.
Amazing Red Book audio.
Remember
Alright,
always
so-
having to add that stupid audio cable to the sound card.
So now we're
Remember
gonna,
that? You actually had to route something.
Yeah, before you'd actually pulled the direct audio.
Yeah, for it to
Yeah.
get CD audio into your game, like, you know, it had to bypass everything in your computer and just like go through your sound card.
Yeah, with the little cheap 4-pin audio connector that always sounded terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, I remember that.
Yeah, it always sounded terrible because it was an unshielded audio connector running through the inside of a PC.
Yep, unshielded, unbalanced audio.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've raised my army. Ah, rats.
You got rats.
And I got my army, and he's heading over here to.
Your violation of our borders.
Oh no, you violated our borders.
Yeah. The funny thing is, that response really varies. So like this is a pretty prosperous little independent county. They've got most of their fields are intact.
Yeah.
It looks like, you know, the town looks like a poor county, has nothing going on in this town center. This one's got stuff going on. So they're pissed. If you march into a really poor county, like if another one of these guys had come down.
Oh, hey,
and
somebody else took that over.
took this one over?
Right, that used to be blue.
No, this is, yeah, it was mine. It was blue.
But now it's green.
No, it's not green. It's just empty.
Oh,
That's like the
that's the empty
landscape
color?
color.
Okay.
So if one of these guys had come down right after I'd left and left it barren, their response is, "Oh, thank you, Lord. Please come save us from ourselves." You know, it's kind of sad. All right, let's see how. And so because this is a prosperous little town, they're going to have a little bit of a better defensive force.
County has been ruthlessly occupied by one of your enemies.
So I've got
Whoa.
202 men, 177 crossbow, 25 archer. They've got a bigger army, but most of them are peasants, and those crossbows are pretty.
You're just going to keep your
effective.
distance.
So yeah, I should still win this. So that's them up there.
Any terrain to hide behind and
Yeah.
shoot.
So these rocks might be. Although I don't think you can shoot over the rocks.
Mm.
At your command! We're ready! Right away! Bowman ready!
I guess there's no concept of command groups in here.
No, or there. Well, if there are, I've never ever used them, and I don't think there are.
You got some extra guys.
Archers, ho! At your command!
Here they come.
Right away!
So as you can see, trained crossbowman versus a peasant with a pitchfork is.
Yeah. Not much of a match. I was kind of worried if they got in close that they would like do you in, but that didn't
Nope,
seem
some
to matter.
stragglers up here.
Oh, you're gonna chase them down.
Here comes the rain again.
Mm-hmm.
Right you are then!
That's Jim singing, by the way.
Right away! Come on, chaps!
The Eurythmics song.
What?
Right away!
Comes the rain. Here comes the rain again.
Between the
Oh, I don't know that.
eyes.
Yeah. Slaughtered those peasants.
The battle is won.
The county is yours. May you rule it wisely.
Like these people walking in despair as you wave your sword and. Yeah. So no, I don't have a merchant here yet, so I can't really turn this territory over to wheat yet. So I'll add some fields for the cows and turn on.
Now, do you
the
have to
quarry.
do stuff per turn in each county?
Yeah, so there's no real unified everything from taxes to rations is
all
separate based on county per county. So I'm going to send this army back to the front line, and we'll start preparing here. Put the fan on your notebook? What are you doing over there?
The Windows modules installer
Oh dear God, no.
is just going to town on this laptop for some reason.
A village reeve.
Anything in the chat?
This poor defense.
The chat says I'm old.
Yeah.
I know what song that was.
Okay, so you can also combine armies up to 1,500 men. So I can select this guy.
Combine
And-
the armies.
Together they
This is one of your armies.
join forces. So let's start working on a castle. When you have a castle, the enemy, if they do invade you, has to attack the castle. They can't attack the town,
Okay.
and so that gives you an advantage. So
You got like
let's-
murder holes and stuff, and you know,
yeah, you can get like
you upgrade the
buckets
castle.
of boiling lava. Yeah, so there's different types of castles.
Building a castle makes it much
Yes, yes. So you start with a barracks, or I'm sorry, a palisade,
and Bailey.
Mott and Bailey,
A
Keep,
stone castle.
Stone Castle, and a Royal Castle being the biggest, each requiring increasingly larger quantities of resources. So we would need stone and wood.
You naturally want to put this castle at the town right next to your choke point.
Yes, and so that's where I'm at. So again, because everything is based on it, so I've selected this territory, and
Here's the rain again.
we'll just go with the biggest castle because we can start building it, and it'll tell us what resources we need, and we can allocate resources over time. And also, it boosts your tax revenues. Each castle boosts your revenues by a certain percentage. The biggest one by the largest, or by the most, and then you can store larger numbers of troops in the castle as a defensive force. So this big castle can hold 600. So we've started constructions, and it's saying we need stone, and that's true because we don't have much stone. So we
There's some somewhere for you to get.
yes, this territory we just conquered as a quarry. So we're going to allocate all available resources to stone after considering food.
You need to build those guys up first so you have a lot of people to do it, or what?
We need, well, it's, yes, we do need to build them back up.
Can you send like regular people from one territory to another?
No.
This
Oh.
enemy shire has a new...
That's a shame.
All right, so it's winter time. This is good. I'm going to sell that cattle. I'm going to buy the,
my lord.
although we do have quite a bit, so I'm just going to buy maybe 500 units or so. Buy some ale while we're
My
here.
lord.
Yes, make the people happy.
Now to make sure all these are set to wheat.
Get drunk. Good peasants. Go forth and procreate. Marching.
Buy these goods. my
Those are the
lord.
armies of the other. Whenever an army marches somewhere in the kingdom,
Oh.
you hear that footstep marching.
Well,
whatever.
basically, there's a bunch of guys duking it out up there in the upper right.
Yeah, they're so you can see like this the pink the Baron.
Yeah.
He's was that Fuchsia, I guess. He's conquered a couple territories. You've got the bishop not doing so well down here. The countess, so they're
Took over Italy.
yeah they've built some castles already. They've got some armies moving. So again, that's the point. That's a good thing of having a buffer is you don't have to deal with that right away. You can sit back and take your time and build up.
Are you going to turtle there on North Africa, or are you going to try to retake Spain?
What?
What's that? I can't hear you.
Oh, are you going to turtle down in North Africa there, or are you going to try to retake Spain?
Oh, once I've built my castle, I'm going to build up an invasion army and go wreck some stuff.
Ah, okay.
Alex, are we supposed to hear you through the earbuds?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Can the chat hear him?
Yeah.
Okay.
This poor
Can you hear me now?
I hear, yeah, a little bit.
We still need 2,300 tons of stone. So because my population's looking pretty good, I've got a lot of weapons, and my happiness is 100, I'm also gonna raise another army. I don't want to take the population down too much. Actually, I don't want to go higher than the number of weapons I have, because drafting peasants is useless. In this game, if you're a peasant in real life, I didn't mean to insult your
Combine these armies.
abilities. So as the army grows, you get a visual representation. So that's one army represented with two little guys. So that means it's over a certain size.
Okay.
I think the largest it gets is 3.
That army you did just for defense?
Well, that'll actually, I mean, it is right now. That'll probably end up being the the bulk of the invasion army.
Like, what's your game plan right now? Are you just trying to work towards
I'm
the
trying to
castle
get enough.
defend?
I'm trying to
or-
get enough stone so I can build a defensive castle, and
Yeah.
then that'll give me the opportunity to go.
A long spell of hot weather in the
Oh,
Where does that field? Oh, right there. Does anyone else in the chat, had any experience with this game? Whether is this a favorite game, or am I weird?
Well, the whole weirdness part is irrelevant of the quality of this game.
Well, am I weird for this one particular reason, notwithstanding other
this
very
war
numerous reasons?
the chat says it's funny and worrisome that the Italians are surrounded by pink Germans.
Yes. Well. Should be okay. So we have enough stone now, and so we've started building the castle. But because we've split our labor force between all these different gathering and building tasks, it's going to take 12 seasons. So we can shorten that up by saying, okay, let's stop mining, let's stop blacksmithing and gathering wood, and we can put it all into the castle now. So I can take 4 seasons. So there you go. Slave labor. Wonderful.
And you still can't do anything with all the people in the other town.
Well, I'm using them to keep building stone, because you'll need stone not only to finish the castle, but to repair it. So I want to build up a little bit of a surplus of stone. Although I suppose I could start using them to build weapons too.
blacksmith on.
Oops, that's not what I meant to do.
Blacksmith. Blacksmith.
Oh. Crossbows. Alright, so the castle should be ready in one more turn.
A castle has been finished.
There we
in the
go.
county and
Another
is ready to
benefit of
receive
building
the town.
castles is you get free troops, regardless of your population without or happiness. They will give you a certain number of troops of archers in each castle. With the largest castle, you get 300 free troops. That's a good strategy. Oh, so okay, so the knight came at me with 43 guys.
Really?
Yeah.
You have a castle.
Well, I have a castle, but he can't even get to the castle yet because I'm blocking that entry point.
Oh, yeah.
So my army that's been sitting there as a defensive force.
Well,
came
you're,
at me
you're
with
pretty much
43
going to
guys.
slaughter them.
So let's do it.
Your command. We're ready.
Good
Right
lord.
away.
Look at all the guys you
Your
have.
command.
Why is that guy just chilling?
Right
Oop,
away.
oop.
Like, he's just like, no, I don't want to go.
We're ready.
Got like a horde of people going in there. And they got pitchforks.
Your command.
Yeah, they had a couple archers, I think. Oh, okay, that was over.
Well, that's the end of that.
All right.
This poor defenseless county has been ruthlessly.
So would you not necessarily need your guys there if you had the castle? Just like let
Well,
the other people try to come in?
The difference is they don't have to take over the county. If they wanted to take over the county, they'd have to come attack my castle. But they can just walk around, and when an army walks over a field,
Yeah.
it destroys it.
Oh.
And they can burn your resource icon or your tiles as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this is
yeah.
my blacksmith. They could destroy that, and then I couldn't do anything.
All you
until
gotta do
it
is
was
walk
repaired.
over it?
Yeah. So here I'll just
You can just
now
walk
that he
over all
owns
their
this-
resources in that town and just like...
Yep. So these are empty fields, but this well, I ran out of turns. Well, I'll show it the next turn.
you have to stay on a spot for a turn to do
Nope,
it?
you just run into it, and if it's got something on it, it destroys it.
So if you had a turn with the long enough stuff, you could just like trample over the entire freaking town?
Yes.
Wait.
Okay, so I made a mistake. He had a big force there in that county, so we're going to have a little battle here.
A lot of peasants, though.
Although, yes, he does have a large number of peasants.
He does have a decent number of archers.
We're ready. At your command.
Make him come to you.
So we're going to see if we can...
New orders, sir. Of course, sir.
And arrange your people properly.
At your command. Your orders, my lord?
I don't think he's coming.
We're ready. Come on, chaps.
All right.
Right away.
Can you take one guy and kind of drag him out into the field?
They'll just probably shoot him and kill him.
Right you are then. Right between the eyes.
Those
Go
guys-
around, stupid. Wait, what are you doing? Get down
Where's all
here.
your guys?
Jesus.
I mean, those other guys are troopers. Don't get me wrong. Like, they're holding out
I
there.
I selected the whole army. I don't know why they just stopped up there. Somebody
those
get down
archers
here.
are just
I know.
frickin'
Somebody get
annihilating.
to the freaking archers.
Right away. Come on, chaps.
Yeah, dude, you gotta go around. So apparently the archers can shoot over the rocks,
Yes.
and they're doing a really dang good job of it too.
Kill these art. All right. This AI is pretty frustrating.
Right you are then. Right between the eyes. With pleasure. With pleasure.
Uh-oh. We just had a little bit of a power flicker here.
We'll enjoy this. Right between the eyes. With
That was closer than.
enjoy this.
Yeah, that was stupid. Okay, well, all right.
Nobody is stupid
Well?
enough to violate my borders.
You just tried to invade me, asshole. Jesus.
And I let you off with a warning this time.
So even though you have like those 5 guys or whatever left, can you still like
Yes, so I've still got an
keep
army.
trampling all over their resources?
Exactly, and now that's what I'm going to do. Say goodbye to your blacksmith. Kill those cows. Well,
All in
not
the same turn.
turns. Yeah. Well, when you do attack something, it uses up a good chunk of your movement points.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you can only really destroy a couple
Our two
things.
noble houses should not quarrel, my lord. Can
All
we
right, so
not
she's the
agree on
gray.
mutual understanding?
So it's probably going to be a while before I have to fight her. So yes, I will accept your alliance.
This enemy shire has a new ruler.
You just allied with which one? The red one?
The gray.
Oh.
The red one's the one who's I'm in a little bit of a tiff with.
Take over the cow.
I ran out of points. I'll get him next turn.
With your 4 guys.
Yeah, because an army of any number in this
This
view
more
can
defensive-
destroy anything. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, if there's nobody else there, like a handful of drunk guys with swords could do some
To
damage.
do cow tipping? Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's all you really need.
Destroy the
An enormous army is amassing beneath
Okay,
my
so
window right now.
when you piss off one of the AI enough, they declare revenge, which means they'll never be diplomatic with you again. But the diplomacy in this game is really stupid anyway, because even when you go to great lengths to befriend someone and give them gifts and compliment them, eventually they just attack you anyway. So there's really no long-term goal here.
I'm warning you. I
But
will
I'm-
be snooty.
Probably going to need another army here soon, so let's get some more guys.
Need more weapons, don't you?
I had 263 crossbows, so that's what I drafted. Keep them there. Lower the taxes again, just to happiness back up. So we have anything else? Only a quarry here, isn't there? That stinks. All right. That's not what I meant to do. Nope, nope, there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, see, so he came at me
With more peasants.
with more peasants, only 42 of them. And another thing you can do is when you have these stupid little battles, you can just auto.
It'll auto
sim.
fight them?
Yeah, and so you just say, don't take the field. It's simulated, and because the computer will never make a mistake like I made in the last battle, I just mowed them down. I didn't take any casualties. Okay. Gonna build up an army here too, although actually I don't have any weapons. Never mind. But what I can do,
Castle
how we do? What time is it? How we doing on time? I want to go out in a blaze of glory.
We're about 50 minutes in.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to
Castle.
I'm going to bring the troops I got out here.
Combine these armies.
Gonna combine them, and I'm gonna
Make them all.
draft some peasants.
Wow.
Some peasants, it
Happiness?
says.
No happiness.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Draft these guys.
Yeah. Happiness will be 1. Yeah?
Combine these armies.
Huh? Okay.
Your serfs are unhappy. Your serfs are
Well,
unhappy.
yeah.
Let's give them some more rations.
Here, take some food.
Yeah.
Take some booze, take
Here's
some
some
food.
raw wheat. No, just get the hell
Just
out
take
of here.
some wheat. Some wheat and some ale. Here you go. Just
There has been a little talk. There has been a little talk.
Yes, I know. Everybody's pissed.
you want like a separate backup army, or you're just gonna merge all that stuff together?
Well, you can only merge up to 1,500, and so these guys are at 1,266, and these are so that's not going to work. So I'll have
I'll
two
have a backup
armies.
army.
Yeah. And again, you know, this game is often better played when you've got a couple hours to really build up an armed force, and we're not going to put you through that on this stream. So let's go. Well, this guy's still standing there. Diet cow. Okay.
You're 4 guys that are still chilling.
Yes.
Combine these armies.
All right, so let's just attack this center town. Again, 39, so we'll just say no. Now, because it was mostly peasants, I did lose some guys, but I took them over.
New shire gives you a solid base. You
All
should
right, so they have 0 happiness and no food, but, you know, whatever. Now let's head north. Let's just try to do as much damage as we can
The mob.
in these last few minutes here.
Watch as Jim takes over the entire map.
Oh,
Could happen.
I don't think I'm armed well enough. If those troops were all had weapons, I might have a chance.
You have archers?
Not many, if I do. I think this might be an all-peasant army. Nope, I got one guy with crossbow.
All right. Where to this time?
All right, let's do it.
Be shot to pieces. Come
Attack the archer first. Ooh, they got a knight. This isn't going to go well.
This knight just clean house.
They're pretty powerful. They move real quick. So not only are the peasants weak in terms of the damage they take, but they also just don't deliver very...
What if you put like everybody on the knight?
I'm trying. You imagine that one guy standing there and there's like 20 peasants just poking his horse with a... Okay, well,
Come on.
Jesus. Go down. There we go.
We'll be shot to pieces. Come
You
on,
cowards, fight.
Be shot by what? You know, everybody's just holding sticks.
Well, they're just...
Come on, shot to pieces! Come on, lads! Come on, lads! We'll be shot to
Come on.
That one last guy.
Like, just these other guys just won't
pieces.
attack him from the side.
Come on, lads!
What the heck is that?
That is the backlight power supply.
Oh, jeez.
I've never heard it that loud before.
Okay. So we won that battle. So let's continue our march to
World domination.
to death.
The recent rumors have discontented the people, angry with the way
Oh,
you have
so
mismanaged their lives.
that
have
county
Oh,
down
no.
here, they said enough is enough.
You pissed them off.
All right, so I'm just gonna sim this. Okay. So here's a castle. So let's go siege this castle.
siege this castle?
So when you start a siege, you can build up siege weapons. Generally, I use catapults.
Two seasons.
Yep. So it takes you have to because you've encamped your army around their tower or their castle, and now you've got to build your siege weapons.
Yeah.
Because they didn't just haul that stuff over the land; they built a lot of it on site, and so
The mobs are on the move.
2 seasons is just 2 turns.
This poor defense.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Although your people are happy enough at the moment,
Okay. Okay.
Are you pissing off your other? Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
pissed off the other one.
All right. So the siege commences. Let's do this.
As long as you're keeping your main base happy, I guess, right?
Well, actually, I don't. I pissed off all my counties because we're just trying to cause some havoc here. So I can use what you do is before you do anything, you use your
Oh, that's
catapults
the castle. Oh, okay.
to attack the castle and knock down the walls. And I'm going to speed up the game. And they've got
Was that one notch you just increased it by?
yes, it's not.
Is it logarithmic?
Yes, I think it is.
Holy crap!
Not intentionally, but practically a logarithmic scale there. So I'm just destroying some of the walls to create a.
Will those only destroy the walls, or will they destroy the guys?
They'll only destroy the walls,
Ah.
but then they're gonna dump this shit on me, this boiling lava or whatever,
Well, how far does it go?
enough to take out a good number of troops.
No, I mean, what if you go around? Like, what if you made the whole?
They can move those, like you get to control those like a troop.
Oh. A movable vat of boiling oil.
Yep. All right, so let's turn the game speed down so it's a little more manageable, and let's just
Now. Okay, my lord.
gather these guys up. Yeah, I mean, like, just a lot of things we take for granted in strategy games these days are not present. Selecting troops and managing them.
At your service.
Oh, there goes the archers.
All right.
Oh,
Whoa!
there you go.
Okay, my lord.
I think you have some guys going the long way around.
Uh,
Come on, lads.
Oh, some people just went through the front door. That's nice. Oh no, they didn't.
they'll go through the other hole.
Come on.
That sounds dirty.
There's some more guys up. There you go. You need to take them.
Do this time. At your command. Come on, lads.
Oh, it looks like you're gonna take this castle.
I might.
Might not have anybody left.
So this stupid idiot is pounding on the front
He's just
gate.
knocking on the door.
Yeah.
At your service. Come on, lads.
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Now that you took over the, so this means you took over the town.
Yes. Taking over an occupied castle gives you control of the territory. Now, here's the thing, though. You can't control territories that aren't adjacent to the ones you already control. So because this territory revolted while I was sieging this territory, I don't control this, and I don't gain. I've taken it from him, but I don't get it.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's an interesting.
What happens if you take over the one that's next to you again?
I could take over this, but I still have to come back and conquer. Unless he comes back, it would just be peasants. But
We welcome you to our...
yeah, you don't automatically get it back. So it looks like the Countess is sieging the Baron here.
What happened? Can you get in the middle of that?
You can attack her,
Defenseless country
even though we've got a treaty.
Siege. An army in this
Did you just do it?
No, so it says already besieged. Let's go siege this guy up here. What time are we at now?
Oh, I think we're at an hour.
Yeah, right about an hour.
Okay, well let's. I'll start the siege and I'll play this on my own time. But
Because he's going to finish it, dang it.
yeah, sure. So yeah, this is Lords of the Realm 2. If it's new to you, if it looks interesting, check it out. GOG.com and Steam. It's a Sierra game from the mid-90s.
Back when Sierra made good games.
Well, back when Sierra wasn't like an actual company and not just a brand that they drag out of the closet to market their crap.
Yep.
But this has been PC Per Plays. Every Tuesday, like I said at the beginning, we take a break to enjoy some games, sometimes old, sometimes new. And normally it's Ryan and Ken, or Ryan and Alan. But Ryan's out of town, so you got me, Jim Tanis, and deeply apologize for that. But Ryan should be back next week. And again, don't forget to go to pcper.com/subscribe to make sure you're notified. Like I said, not just for this, but for all the live events we do. And because often those live events are associated with pretty awesome giveaways, and you have to be watching live to win. So from all of us here at PC Per, thanks for watching. Have a great week.
Have a good one.